head to see where it might go to and what it's doing. It's obviously bullish. It's above this moving average. The dollar index is weak and has been declining, so that will push all the cryptocurrencies up based on that alone, so that's a good sign. So if you're looking to buy Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency, that's probably the right direction. I do think they are going to continue heading up, but especially Bitcoin. I don't really know where a good buying position would be. If we look at a higher time frame here, you can see that this is a huge area of rejection, and which is probably why it never broke it this month, because this is a very significant area between about 32,000 and, move this up here, between about 30,000 and 32,000 is a massive rejection area. You can see it hasn't been higher than this. It hasn't closed higher than this in over a year, since May 2022. So it's been a long time since Bitcoin was above 32K. So that being said, we're going to need to figure out where to buy it, because clearly it doesn't want to go up yet. It did have this nice bullish leg here, but since then has not moved much. At the end of June, July it basically did nothing. If we look in the monthly here, yeah, it's actually a pretty good sign. So last month was very bullish, and this month pulled back a little bit, but not much. Didn't really do much at all, so that makes me pretty hopeful. So I'm going to look for a buy position on Bitcoin, and I'm going to mark this here, because this is acting as a supply area for bulls already. It may just not be enough, because you can also see that it's wicking up here, so very little movement in between these zones, and because it's wicking in this area, it's almost flat, so it doesn't know if it wants to go up or down yet. So I would wait, but as soon as price presents itself, I would look for a buying position. So if you look here, this is kind of a significant area here. Once price breaks above this area, you can see it's created a lower low here. If we put this on a 4-hour, you can see that it's respecting this area as of right now on the 4-hour, but then it's respecting this upper area here, which is actually the bottom of these. It works out perfectly. So once price broke this resistance area, now it's acting as resistance the other direction. I guess this would be a support, because we're looking at buy. So this was a support area, price broke down, now it's testing it. So it's going to have to break above this area, above 29,700, before we look for buys. I would like to see it cross over some moving averages, so it would obviously have to cross over this 1 hour 200 period moving average, step one for sure. And then I would look for basic price action, so big bull candles, a bullish engulfing candle. None of these wicks. You cannot have these wicks. This is not this is not a good enough price action to enter buys. And so there's this area, then there is this area that price would have to break, and then obviously this huge area here. But we'll delete this for now, so we're not worried about that one. We'll move this over, because this is just the monthly range. So what we're looking at now is price to break these two areas, and then as long as it continues to present bullish momentum, so like example is big bull candles like we talked about, the opposite of this daily candle here obviously, then if it starts crossing over these moving averages, so I'm actually going to put an alert, so when Bitcoin crosses over this moving average here, then I might start looking for buys. So not until then, but perhaps soon. It basically did nothing all month, but at the same time it didn't really go down much. So if you want to pull out a fib for this little leg here, your retracement zone is right here. So price may come down. If you wanted to go like this, this would kind of function right around this 50% area. So 50% retracement of this leg, which, I mean, it didn't retrace at all. Basically mid-June it just shot up and never came down, so it's slowly trickling down towards this area. So this would be a good buy area. And then, yeah, we'll either wait for price to hit this area, or we will wait for it to start to crack these two areas upwards and cross over these moving averages, the 4-hour moving average and the 1-hour moving average. And then definitely we'll be looking to enter long positions and target the next major area, because this $32,000 zone has been huge resistance wise, but as soon as it breaks that, I mean, the next resistance would possibly be the bottom of these candles, which again would be at about 37,000, or the top of this leg, which would be about 46,000. So between 37,000 and 46 is probably the next move once it starts moving upwards, and it'll move quickly. Bitcoin moves real quick once it starts moving, so you want to be on top of those buy positions when the time is right. So we will watch it crossing over those moving averages and the bulls presenting themselves once they break these areas. So that's Bitcoin. Moving on, we got Ethereum. I'm just going to delete all these quick here. I haven't looked at these charts in a long time. So Ethereum's a little bit different. This is a little bit whack of some charting here, so see if we can clean this up a bit. I like nice price action. I like nice candles. I don't like confusing choppy charts. So it's above, it is still bullish. It's above this moving average. It's been pretty flat for a while though, but it is finding support here. So as of, you know, end of June, hasn't broken below this area, this 1850 area. So